I needed you to see just why I do the things I do. What you thinking might be coming for you.
Okay. Night and day I try to fly away. Sometimes I end up at crustaceans or the Mandalay. 1,000 on a parlay. Uncut gems hit on a hard 8. Look, blockhead twins, I think I'm Scarface. Uncut, yeah, trumped up charges, trying to bring a dump truck in. Yeah, I'm blessed, but still I had a fucked up year. So tuck your tongue, for you be in the dirt tucked in. I play to win. There's no confessing to my sins. I built this from the ground up. This ain't nothing like The Sims. For the record, it's just money on my checklist. I got scandalous on my back, but little bro, it just say death wish. Don't let them catch wind. You ain't checked in since Xmas. That's how you gon' get X'd out, regardless what your rep is. Ever since I stepped in, I've been loyal to the game. And if you ain't did the same, you need a bullet in your brain. Kill it.
I wonder if he loved you. I wonder why you come this way. He was stepping across the line when we did a pop-up surprise.
Look, night and day I try to stay awake. Fuck it, let's go make it rain to wash the pain away. Foreign body dipping lane to lane, counting money, ducking slugs and cases, that's my day to day. If I'm shooting this Kobe fade away, fuck around, put up 81, yeah that's a rainy day. I came a long way from layaway. Now I run through least about 20K just in a day, day to day. Gold Daytonas, bank lit. I went front page for it. Snake skins, yeah they match my scars. European bitches, yeah they match my cars. Carhartt hoodie, mask and gloves. Before I ask forgiveness, I'm gon' bask in blood. Money, power, respect for everlasting love. Everything scandalous, blame Kansas for it. Kill it.
I wonder if he loved you. I wonder why you come this way. He was setting across the line when we did a pop-up surprise.
What's up, YouTube? It's your homeboy, whatever, man. Just coming at you again with another episode of Karate in the Garage. I'm chilling, man. I'm not in the garage for a change. I'm actually in the house. It's too cold, man. It's just, just ain't feeling it. So, and I wanted to bring y'all a show, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't done a show yet in 2023. So here I am, man. Here I am, man. It's a beautiful 32 degrees here in Columbus, Ohio. Snow, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. We're supposed to get 2 to 4 inches of snow today. There's probably already about 2 inches out there. We still got a few more hours of snow, supposedly. So, we'll see what happens here. I'm cool with it. We ain't had but a little bit of snow. You know what I'm saying? It definitely ain't sports car, muscle car weather, but my Camaro's pretty much put up for the season anyway. You feel me? So, yeah, man. Um, so like I said, man, I'm just chilling, man. It's 2023. You have to excuse me, man. I've been down. I've been sick. I don't know what's going on, what's going around. Uh, man, but I was sick for a good 3 weeks, maybe 4. Uh, and this is what's crazy to me, right? Is I had a doctor's appointment already scheduled. I just so happened to get sick before the doctor's appointment. I wasn't allowed to go to the doctor's office for the appointment because I was sick. Okay. Now, normally, what my doctor's office do is if you sick, they make you take 2 COVID tests before you come in there. I took the COVID test; they was negative. Call them back, to let them know, I took the COVID test. They like, oh, well, you can't come in here while you sick. So they pushed my appointment back a week. I was still sick. I called them; they still wouldn't let me come in. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's just crazy, man. Like, you can't go to the doctor when you sick now? Like, what's the point in going? You know what I'm saying? If they think they just gonna do physicals and annual checkups and they ain't gonna have to see people when they sick, like, man, come on, man. That don't even make no sense, man. I can't go to the doctor until I ain't sick no more. So did I reschedule my appointment again? No, because I don't need to go now. I'm not sick. Like, bro, times is crazy right now. It's it's weird out here for real. Um, man, I want to show y'all something real quick, man. I don't do a whole lot of it's car content is gonna be slow right now. Car content is gonna be slow right now with it being wintertime, So I don't already usually talk necessarily about cars. I might do a little video at a car show or something like that. But I did want to throw this in here real quick. Give me 1 second to get this right. Man, so what you have there, man, that's F body heaven, specifically third gen Camaro heaven. That is an event called Spring Carlisle in Carlisle, PA. Um, man, I tell you. So what I've been looking for as far as an old school or older, not necessarily old school, but an older car, because I still don't consider that generation Camaro old school because when I was born, them that's what was around. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking old school was the first gen Camaros for sure, and most of the second gen run. You know, but but man, my favorite car, the favorite car I had a '92 RS Camaro. It was the teal color. It had T tops. It was a RS, but it had the Z28 kit on it, so it had that different spoiler on the back. Instead of that little small spoiler, it had the one that looked more, uh, I guess, for lack of a better term, it looked. I think it was based on the Ferrari F40 spoiler. Um, I had T tops. It was a 5 speed. It had cammed 305 in it, so nothing crazy, but cam 305 in it. I don't know how much horsepower it was pushing because I bought it like that, and I never had it dynoed. I didn't have it that long, man. Um, so I bought this car from I found these guys. I don't remember back then. It was probably Craigslist, but they were selling this car. It had a salvage title. Um, I went and checked it out. I ain't know nothing about that stuff back then. I'm like, oh, so it's been wrecked. Okay. Like it was a project, the motor ran good, transmission good. It had the rear end out of a 97 Z28 in it. So it had been beefed up a little bit. Um, it needed basically the interior redone and it would have needed to be painted. Um, and then make the motor look pretty. Like it wasn't like all chromed out or nothing like that. But that was what the car needed, you know what I'm saying? Um, I pay for that car, man. I think I didn't pay that much for it. I think I only paid like $1,200 for that car. I used to find crazy ass deals on cars. You know what I'm saying? But I think I paid about $1,200 for that car. And this is my first experience with the salvage title. So I had went to the BMV to try to transfer the title over to my name and get tags. And they was like, "Man, you gotta take this car to get inspected." I was like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "Well, what does that entail?" And you take it to the some highway patrol place and they inspect the car. And what they told me was they were like, "You better make sure that you know where every single part on that car came from." And I was like, "Hmm." I'm like, "So this car's got this salvage title, they didn't rebuild it out of this other, like the rear end came out of that other Camaro." So that's what I was thinking. I was like, "Well, what if like those parts are like stolen or something like that?" So, what I did was I called the guy that I bought it from and I asked him, I said, "Man," I said, "I was trying to get the title transfer, whatever. They told me I got to have it inspected, but I need to know where parts came from or just be prepared." So I was like, is there a reason that you guys sold this and instead of taking it to get it inspected and getting titled?" And he hung up on me. He wouldn't answer the phone when I called him back. So I'm just like, did these people just sell me a car with like stolen parts on it or something like that? Like, so I ended up selling that car, but I did drive it. I took the plates off of this is back when I was stupid, man. I used to do stupid stuff, ride around with insurance, with no insurance, ride around with suspended license, the young and dumb days. And I took the tags off of one of my other cars and slapped it on there. And I used to drive it to work and all kinds of stuff. And I used to roll, man. That car used to roll, man. For one of those, that's that at least at the time. This was before or maybe around the time people started doing LS swaps and stuff. But I mean, for that car, that motor, um, compared to the other ones that I rode in, it was pretty swift. My homie Chad had one back when we first graduated high school. His was a 92 305, and other than maybe the exhaust, I don't think it had any modifications to it. And at the time, I had a 92 Oldsmobile 98, and we would race each other, and I couldn't outrun him. If he passed me, I would never catch him in passing, but the car wasn't that much faster than my Oldsmobile 98. Um, so if I compare the one that I own to, my experience, with his, I thought this was pretty swift, whatever what cam they put in this thing and if they really did anything else to it, maybe it was the gears. It could have been the gears. They did the different rear end, the more modern rear end. So maybe the gear ratio was different, but this Camaro was pretty fast, man. Um, I had a blast in it. I love T tops, man. T tops one of my favorite things, but unfortunately, I had to go. So I've been looking for like an 87 or older one so I could take it to Good Guys because they changed their requirements to 87 or older. But then when they came here this year, and don't quote me on this, man, but it was like 2001, 2005, something like that, and older. So that means I could get a 92. You know what I'm saying? Get me another 92 and get into the Good Guys show here. And I'm in Columbus, Ohio, so it's the Good Guys PPG National. Um, So, and I like the 92 style better because you get that Z28 look with that different spoiler on the back, and the different ground effects is what makes that car for me, but I wouldn't mind, like 87 Rock or something like that. Uh, you know. So yeah, man. So shout out to the third gen Camaro, man. Um, interesting story that I came across not too long ago. Well, actually, this is an older story. Uh, Chevy dealer replaces customer's Corvette after employee's 148-mile-per-hour street race. So essentially, this guy takes his Corvette to the dealer because the engine's making a ticking sound, and it turned out to be a loose spark plug, right? So they got these black boxes and stuff like that inside these cars now. So when the customer got the car back, He discovered that the car's performance data recorder valet mode had recorded one of the dealer's one of the dealer's technicians taking the car for a spin after completing the work. Where's it at? So, anyways, I don't know what the story's not the same as it was when I originally looked at it. So part of the stuff is missing. That's strange. So this guy is tech. He takes the car out on the road, and at some point, he hits 148 miles per hour. Now, me, right? So what ends up happening is they replace this man's Corvette at no cost. They give him a 2022 Corvette instead of a 2021 at no cost because of this. So, in the dealer and it says the dealer and the customer are satisfied with the outcome. So my thought is, man, if I'm me personally, so if I own this Corvette and these new Corvettes go upward 200 miles per hour. I've got a ZL1 Camaro. I had a Scat Pack Challenger before this. I think I hit either 152 or 154 in the Challenger. And in the Camaro, I might have got up to 140 playing around. Um, so this 148, like, you drive your car, you want to make sure it's running good. You want to make sure it's rolling. If I got something like that, like, okay, like if I'm gonna open it up sometimes and potentially get to that speed or even if it's just the capabilities, well, don't you want to make sure the car is capable of handling that? So if I take my car to the dealer because the engine's knocking or ticking and they find something that's fixing it, that's causing it or whatever, a minor fix, well, don't I want them to test it and make sure it ain't gonna blow up while it's in their hands? So I don't personally have an issue with that. If it was like a non-performance version of a Cadillac or if it was the Buick dealer got my excuse me, my, Buick LaCrosse up to 150 miles per hour, and I might have a problem with that, but, in a vet, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it was in the hands of a technician. Like, yeah, he probably did it illegally somewhere. Obviously, he didn't take it down some sort of Corvette certified or Chevy certified test track or anything like that. But, I more say kudos to the tech for making sure that the damn car is performing like it's supposed to before it goes back to the customer. Oh man. So I don't know, man. I came prepared to talk about all kinds of stuff. Um, what can I say, man? Going into a new year, man, 2022 was an interesting year for me. I overcame, man, I feel like I accomplished so much, you know what I'm saying? Um, so much in life, so much in business. I learned a lot about business. I spent several months specifically working my business only. Uh, some things, didn't go the way that I wanted them to. But what I was able to do was make some adjustments, make some pivots, and my business is still going. I might run it a little different, but that's based on what I learned. And when I do want to take it to that next level, well, based on what I learned, I know how to do it correctly this next time. You know what I'm saying? Um, a lot of people when they run into challenges within business or life in general, and it's something that didn't go the way they planned or was unexpected, they don't know what to do. They don't make adjustments, they give up, they quit. Um, they start over, like, so that was something, that I'm proud of myself for. Came across some challenges, with different vehicles. Anyway, I made it work, you know what I'm saying? Um, It's just a lot, man. Just different obstacles in life, uh, situations, you know what I'm saying? Friendships, relationships. Um, I felt pretty good about 2022. There's some rocky times, some stuff that makes 2023 kind of uncertain, you know what I'm saying? Uh, I'm gonna be all right, you know. I look forward to what 2023 has to bring. Um, some stuff that I'm thinking about doing. I think my next business move, man, is I'm finna go out and get this drone pilot license. Get drone, go do some surveying, some photos, videos, whatever. But do it the right way. Go get the drone pilot license. Um, I do want to start at least my introductory um pilot license, for actual flight. I haven't made up my mind if I want helicopter or plane yet. I kind of really want to do helicopter, but plane is easier to come by. Uh, I think it's a little bit cheaper too. But I mean, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do what I want to do. You only live once, right? Um, excuse me, y'all. Like, but and then take this vending machine stuff to another level, or maybe pivot off of that. You know, that's something that's always be there. Vending machines make money when you're not around. Um, so that's always something that can kind of work in the background. You know what I'm saying? It's always good to have different streams of income. I can tell you that much. So one thing that I read, I didn't know if I was still going to talk about this or not. The number of millionaires will spike by 40% globally in the next 4 years, but most won't come from the US. So whether they come from the US or not, right? Whether they come from the US or not, that's easily something to predict, right? The cost of living is going up. The price of everything is going up. Somebody's got to benefit from these higher prices, right? And even if you adjust for inflation, right? $100,000 back in 1950 is not the same as $100,000 now. Hell, $100,000 in 1980 ain't the same as $100,000 now. Same thing when you transition up to, a higher figure like millions. It's not the same as it was then. So as inflation like is just out of control, you know, uh, I mean they're raising the cost of everything, man. Um, a lot of people are out here complaining about like the price of eggs. And I think, maybe it was even, maybe it was I was in 78 stream the other day. I think he was talking about eggs and said they was selling like medium eggs or large eggs, like medium age is like large size and stuff like that. Um, when you really think about this stuff that's going on, I mean, does it really like did it cost the chicken extra to lay that egg? Did your costs like because some of these places, man, the price of like some of this stuff is like double. So I mean, my electric bill ain't went up double. My water bill ain't went up double. Hell, the one thing that I don't think is went up in my water bill. My gas bill ain't doubled. Um, my electric and gas, I mean, even though the cost of energy has went up, they really haven't gone up like that much. So where is this double the cost coming from? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the inflation is there. Yeah, it costs more to get stuff everywhere, but I mean, like on top of increasing your price to cover your expenses, you're also increasing your profit even more, which hey, I know that's the nature of business, but this shit that's going on is not sustainable, you know? Um, so I just thought it was funny, man, when they talk about, all these additional millionaires, but okay, is $1 million really $1 million? Like I mean it is like physically, but if you had $1 million, would you never work again? Like I may quit my job and go, start a business, invest in something or something like that. But do you really think if you had $1 million, like there was a point in time, like it was, at least maybe it's from the non-millionaires to believe this, but back when I was growing up, like if you was a millionaire, you was set for life. Nowadays, that's not the case. I mean, not when homes are like, homes that were $100,000 10 years ago, 15 years ago, or like 300, 400, $500,000 homes, depending on where you live at now. Hell, man, like Suburbans, Tahoes. I think an Escalade is like $120,000 now. We talking about trucks that, like, I was tripping when I bought. Was in 2014 Camaro that I bought. I was in the dealership and they had like a $80,000 Chevy Tahoe in there. I'm like, $80,000? I think most of them were running like 60 to 65, but still, I'm like, for a freaking Chevy Tahoe? And now, they like more like 80. Like, so I mean, yeah, you making more money. Like naturally, eventually, we're gonna have to make more money to be able to pay for these things, but you're making more money and becoming a millionaire. Your $1 million doesn't go as far as it used to, is basically what I'm saying. So I don't know, man. You know, I don't know what's going to happen, what's going to change. Some things definitely going to have to change because, like I said, this stuff ain't sustainable. And, we'll just have to see where it goes. So I appreciate y'all, man, coming through, checking me out. So, I am gonna try to do, more shows. I am gonna try to do this more consistently. I got a whole nother couple of topics that I was gonna cover, but I'm already 30 minutes in, so I'm not gonna drag it out. I'll just do a whole nother show on it. I appreciate my subscribers. If you're new to my channel, you're gonna get some car stuff. If you came over for cars, you're gonna get some car stuff. It's slow right now. Um, If you came over for the cigars, you're gonna get some cigar stuff. I'm always gonna mix in cigar stuff as long as I'm smoking, but I ain't gonna smoke forever. I was thinking about quitting at the end of 2022, so y'all might have me for another year, but I'm not gonna smoke these cigars, especially not on a regular basis forever. Boxing content. Boxing just gets on my nerves right now. That's why I don't really be talking about boxing, man. You know, we don't get the fights we want. We get all kinds of fake news. You know, uh, salute to those who do cover boxing because the people who do cover boxing on a regular basis, they got it locked down. They cover it very well. The boxing shows that I do, I watch boxing shows every day. They all have it covered so well. Like, y'all go ahead and do y'all's thing, man. I love it. Salute to the LDBC, Lions Den boxing community. Um, what else, man? What else? Please, if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe, like the videos, share. Um, I feel I'm always open to feedback. We're gonna do some things a little bit different this year, so hopefully, I can keep that going. Head over to the Black Gentleman Grooming Company, www.theblackgent.com. Get you some good old beard products. Use the code TEZ, TEZZ at checkout. It'll save you 10%. And I think I'm just gonna go ahead and slide up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all. Salute. Till next time.
Here comes the rude boy. No way to run. One becomes you. Where will you go? Another nigga all dressed up with no dough and nowhere to go. Where will you go? Broke your home, pop a Rolling Stones and blow. He live his life on the road. Where will you go? It's nothing for a man to gain the world and lose it all for the price of his soul. Where will you go? Nigga wouldn't change if he could. The hood's the only life that we know. Check. Nowhere to run. Look at my son and see my own reflection. So if I'm dead and gone, who gon' protect him? Memoirs of the young and reckless. Don't let your ego overthrow your blessings. I got a message from a ghost with a very distinct voice when it spoke. My body was the host that translated the quotes through an ink pen. Bleeding on the page, I let it sink in. Set my niggas free like Abe Lincoln. Hallelujah. What? Chardonnay drinking, your babe winking. The more I listen to her talk, feel like my brain shrinking. A couple sinners who repented and became deacons to get away from heathens that'll leave your frame leaking. 5 bodies drop Labor Day weekend, but that's the new norm. These young niggas stay tweaking, praying with a blindfold and I ain't peeking. We put you on the front page if you fame seeking. Another nigga all dressed up with no dough and nowhere to go. Where will you go? Broken home, Papa Rolling Stones and blow. He live his life on the road. Where will you go? It's nothing for a man to gain the world and lose it all for the price of his soul. Where will you go? Nigga wouldn't change if he could. The hood's the only life that we know. Let me talk. This world ain't big enough for you to hide. So choose a side, win or lose, nigga, you decide. We're staring at my Jesus beast with the Judas eyes. Too unified, no hatred between my crew and I. Do or die, my lawyer got Jewish ties, so move aside. Nah, don't lose your mind over foolish pride. Saying my name in vain, that's career suicide. For real, I should change my name to Kramer, all I do is slide. Provide the coolest vibe, reporting live from the ghetto. Hold sticks like we roasted marshmallows. Amaretto drinks, my girl rocks stilettos on Palmetto Beach. Death by designer, type of shit they don't teach. Look but don't reach. Grammy nominee, I wrote a whole speech. You stealing money from the church, yo, how you gon' preach? Gotta cut the blood supply off if you a known leech. Gucci sweaters told the dry cleaners no crease. Another nigga all dressed up with no dough and nowhere to go. Where will you go? Broken home, Papa Rolling Stones and blow. He live his life on the road. Where will you go? It's nothing for a man to gain the world and lose it all for the price of his soul. Where will you go? Nigga wouldn't change if he could. The hood's the only life that we know. Nowhere to run. The fun find you with silence and screams. No to run. Nowhere to run. The fun find you with silence and screams.